Welcome to Token 2049 here in Singapore. Over the next few days, we're going to be showing you the main Token 2049 event, as well as some of the 500 side events they have. And here on Fungible Games, we're going to be focusing all about gaming. So speaking of that, our first event today is at 9:30 at the Sky Stage, and we're going to be listening to Axie Infinity, Star Atlas, and we're going to be interviewing some of those CEOs so we can let you know all the major updates coming up with these games. We just finished up the panel with Star Atlas, Ronin, and Aneemate brands, and it was really interesting to see because they actually had pretty differing views on blockchain gaming and the development of it when it comes to the ecosystems. So for instance, Yatsu was saying, well, it's good that people that own more assets can do more in games. And then Ronin Blockchain was kind of arguing, well, it should be fair for everyone. So it's cool to see how they have different views. One's more of on like the entrepreneur capitalist side, one's more on the fairness for gamers, and just seeing them discuss that in person was really cool. But then what we focused on next is we interviewed Michael Wagner of Star Atlas. So everything that you want to know about Star Atlas coming up for the rest of 2024 and 2025 is in that video. So make sure you check that out on X. We'll link that below. And then same thing with Alex of Sky Mavis. We covered the development and the future of Axie Infinity. They've got some big things coming there, as well as the games coming out on the Ronin blockchain. He let us know some that you need to check out right now, as well as some that are coming out in the near future. So check out those interviews on X. But for the rest of the day, lunch is about to be served, so I'll have some of that, and then I will take you and show you around the booths and other Web3 games here at Token 2049. Now, as for the vibe of the conference, there's a whole bunch of small booths like this. So if you're in the Web3 side not gaming, you can talk to different projects. But if you're into gaming, they have gaming booths too. So we just talked to Puffers behind us. You can also play games as well. We've got Mario Kart DX behind us as well. So even though this is a mixed Web3 event, it's nice to see a focus on gaming. Now, there is a lot of more like traditional Web3 projects. Here people are looking like whether it be raising money or developing their network, but then in the side events, in which there's 500 here at Singapore Token 2049, the side events themselves is where you're gonna meet like more of those gaming exclusive events, like when we go to the Star Atlas event later in the week. We've just made it upstairs, and then behind me here is the famous climbing wall, but what you probably care more about is the Sonium event. Now, I tried to get an interview with the team at Sonium, but unfortunately they can't say much yet, and they couldn't come on camera because they're not allowed. But what we do know is they're developing the Sonium L2 on Optimism, so they're trying to take advantage of those speeds there. But in terms of the gaming room, I tried to ask them if they can say anything about like handheld devices, because you know, Sui's dropping one, so are they gonna do something like that? And the only thing that I could get from them is stay tuned, hopefully in Q1, as they'll have a rollout, but they're in strict do not talk to media at all mode now. So unfortunately that cuts us short there. So for the rest of the day, what I'm going to be doing is going around interviewing other game founders. We just talked to Aavegotchi. So if you're interested in that ecosystem, for instance, they're putting it out in L3. For you graphic artists who like making things with spatial diffusion technology, or you're just starting out in the area, there's now a crypto version. I'll drop a little soundbite from them here.
Just stable diffusion AI art generation platform. We've got over 100 models in there.
And essentially what they're doing is they're creating like a Mid-Journey type project for crypto. So now whether you want to create the images themselves, you can do that, or you can actually lend their computing power over to them and then earn their token that way. So it's really interesting to see how the space is evolving. And now coming out from the event, there's someone that I want to introduce you guys to at Fungible Games, because you see my face all the time, but the face that you don't see here is Pallavi. So Pallavi, welcome to the show. So she is the one behind the scenes making Fungible Games happen. I know we've joked around about titles before. She's the founder, she's also the janitor, just meaning that she does everything all the time. So why don't you introduce yourselves and let us know what you're doing at Fungible Games?
Hey, hi, I'm Pallavi. Well, I guess I'm the janitor of Fungible Games. Yeah, I've been building it since 2000. Well, we began the idea of Fungible Games in 2019. We released Fungible Games in 2022. We have over 650 games. adding more each day. It's basically an IMDb for Web3 games, and we're trying to create an information center for all the games, good, bad, ugly. Have a platform and each game gets their own page. We can go in and have, read about editorial reviews, walkthroughs, news, and whatever else is happening with each of the games. I'm also the CEO of Qorpo, which we began in 2017. It's been interesting to see how the gaming, Web3 gaming has evolved since the days of CryptoKitties. And there's so much more happening now. There's so many great game builders. The only thing that we want to know is what's next for hyper adoption? What is it that is at this point? The questions that I ask myself is that we have so many great ecosystems. We have so many great game builders as well, I think, who are going to deliver their products. And having spoken to so many of them, I feel like they are genuinely looking at building quality stuff. So the question really is, what's next? What'll pivot us towards that hyper adoption? And that's what I'm here at Token2049 trying to figure it out.
Exactly. So also on top of that, we're building out our gaming library up, as Pallavi was saying. So if there's any games that you want to make sure that we cover, we write about on our website or cover on the YouTube or X, definitely let us know in the comments below. And then also, while at the event, we met up with Shash, who is the founder of Altcoin Buzz, who is the sister company of us at Fungible Games. So if you want to know everything that we have planned exciting in the world of gaming for Fungible Games, as well as Altcoin Buzz, the big channel with over 400,000 subscribers, make sure you head on over to the Fungible Games X, where we have the full interview there. And with the Marina Bay Sands behind me, that wraps up Token2049 Singapore. Now, this event was more of an overall Web3, not gaming exclusive. So if there's any gaming events that you want us to go to and showcase, let us know. And also, if you're hearing about new Web3 games, definitely let us know, because we want to cover those on Fungible Games. And of course, like we always tell you guys, make sure you are reviewing the games on fungible.games, because that's how we're going to build up the community and be able to do more exciting events for you guys watching at home. So if you want to check out any articles, make sure you're going to fungible.games, and be sure to subscribe on YouTube, where you can find out these content from conferences like Token2049, places like Tokyo Game Show, as well as in-depth gaming walkthroughs and breaking news.